Oh, I think
This one? Okay.
Okay, Earl, take it away.
Wait, what? Hey, everybody. Let me get my questions. Okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. We are here, or I am here with the Filam Film Collective, celebrating their 3-year anniversary.
That sounded sad.
Wow, I know. 3-year anniversary. Oh my gosh. There is no alcohol involved in this. Not yet, no. But yes, thank you for being here with us today. We're going to just be interviewing the founding members today about how this collective started and now where it is and how they're thriving and continuing to be a collective that puts Philam actors and creatives in the forefront of films and workshops and things like that. So yeah, Adrian, do you want to ask the first question, or should I introduce people, or would you like to?
Yeah, actually, whenever I hear founding members, I think of like I'm George Washington, like I think,
Yo,
like
man.
founding member, or like all president. Maybe if we can have everyone just introduce themselves and their pronouns and one fun fact, and I guess I'll start with me. Okay, hey guys. Whether if you're watching live or on a replay, thank you for watching. My name is Adrian. This camera or that camera? The little one.
Oh, okay.
My name is Adrian. He, him, and fun fact, I'm turning 31 in a few days after this. So, woo! Not 30s, y'all. Come on.
Hi, my name is Leia, pronouns she, her, and I was not named after Princess Leia, but the singer Leia Salonga. Wow.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh my god. My name is Martha. She, her. I get really awkward when I'm put on the spot. That's my fun fact. Bye.
Hi, my name is Rich. My pronouns are really fucking awesome guy. That's about it.
I'll leave this right here. I laugh because I laugh at everything. Hi, my name is Earl. My pronouns are he, they, them, and yes, I do laugh at everything, especially dad jokes and tito jokes and anything punny.
I like puns. Hi, I'm Trixie. She, her, hers. I forgot the fun fact part. Fun fact. My driver's license says Trixie Ann is one word, but it's really supposed to be two. That's all I got. I'm so sorry. I got nothing better.
Hi y'all, I'm Liz Sila, and my fun fact is this is my first in-person live stream with y'all. It was all through Zoom or IG Live, so excited.
Oh, my turn. Hi. Hi, Alicia, she, her. I guess random fact, DMV messed up my driver's license one time and I was a Digimon. So instead of Alicia de Guzman Vicafrente, to put Alicia de Guimon. So I was a Digimon for a while.
Love it.
Ian Dollinger. Fun fact, never had to think about my pronouns before. So he, him, I guess is what there we go.
Oh, that is your fun fact. Hi, I'm Marissa Rojas. She, they. Fun fact, I've seen the Jonas Brothers live 12 times.
Love that. Love that.
So that's going to be a song in Korean. Okay, awesome. So, I guess we'll just start asking the, questions that I've so strategically planned, months and months of preparation here.
You gotta look at what I have here.
Your preparation was way longer than this whole thing planned altogether.
No, really, I actually did not plan that. So the first question is, how did TFFC come to be?
That's
Who
a
wants to take
tricksy
that?
question.
Oh,
So, I knew I wanted to do like something with a group because doing all the shit by yourself. One, to me, isn't fun, but two is obviously like harder. You have to do everything by yourself, and that's not my favorite thing. And so I knew, like, I was like, okay, I feel like 3 people is a good amount of people to have something, but like to work with people, it's rough. Like, it's hard, right? To find people that you can work with compatibly. And so I was like buying my time, and I was just like, I don't know. And then I re-met up with Adrian over streaming, and I told him, I was like, I'm not talking about now, but like, would you be interested in the future? And if we got a third to do this thing? And he was literally like walking out of my house, and he's like, I don't know, I'll think about it. And then he just like left.
That was a no.
Yeah, it was like a no. And it was so funny because I'm like, you could just say no, but instead he just was like, I'll think about it, close the door. I was like, okay, bye. And then so I think around that time, Adrian and Marissa had already met or were meeting. Like, yeah, at like the YouTubers meetup. So I knew Adrian because we used to dance with each other at Visionary Dance Theater. And then I met Marissa, and I met because Adrian was like, oh, you should ask Marissa about film stuff because I wanted to start going into film. And so I met I met with Marissa.
Yes.
I met with Marissa and la, and then we started going to the YouTubers meetup all together, and then we're just like, oh yeah, we can do stuff together. And then I asked them both if they would want to do stuff, and then they said yes. Because Adrian's
Which was
like,
a year
okay, fine,
later.
it's time. Yeah, it was like a year later. It was a year later. So and Adrian's like, yeah, it's time. Okay. That's kind of how it came to be. Oh, and then Rich's shoulder was there.
Okay, let's have them talk about.
Oh, sorry. My story's a little different. I was like so excited because they invited me in all these, and then we took a photo shoot, and all of a sudden I look at the website and I'm missing. I was gone. I was gone. I was like so part of the group at one point. I was like, I met some YouTubers that are like thinking alike, and then not really.
Well, actually, I don't even know why we did that.
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. No, it's because we didn't. It's because we didn't have a photo together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There. And then we didn't we didn't
Yeah, it
have
wasn't
like when the
delicious.
when
It
but
was
when we
just like,
thought
oh,
about
shit.
TFC, Adrian was like, well, we don't have a picture together, so I'm just gonna take this.
Yeah, we were just gonna. It was
And
like
it's just- yeah, Rich's shoulder's just literally in there. It's just it's literally his shoulder. It's just Adrian is like this can be
body's here.
He was the model that was eliminated, then brought back.
okay.
Three
But it's
years.
a body double. It seemed like.
I have a question. For everyone, that joined us after, what made you, what made you like, what made you feel that you can trust in our like process and what we're trying to do, and yeah, whoever wants to take the mic, go.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
ASMR?
I'll take
It's
it.
ASMR.
No, definitely. Definitely being like one of the newer, members here, that I felt like there was just trust immediately in the group, and I felt that I was just able to be myself, and yeah, I mean, it's just like this. I mean, it's a really interesting mixture of like playfulness, seriousness, and like skill. Like all y'all like have skill, you know, and really execute that in a really great way, but in a playful way. So, and I felt like I just yeah, I felt like I belonged. There was no like pretentiousness or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else? Someone want?
Yeah, I think for me, like it was like
yeah,
saw that drifting down. I was like, let me pick that back up. I think for me, like the trust initiation, like there was really none. I just took a chance, really, and I was looking to starting my own type of group like this, and I saw all the work that Marissa on Marissa's page already, and her forwarding all the stuff, and I was like, this is interesting, and this is something I'm looking into doing myself. And she was like, oh, that's cool. You know, and then like I think it was like 10 minutes later, she messaged back. She was like, you know, you don't have to be Filipino to join, right? And I was like, well, shit, it might as well. So I mean, it was really just like the opening arms of it. So I was like, yeah, let's go and check this out, see how they do it, and see what's going on. And didn't really have the urge to start anything myself anymore because I mean, everyone was so supportive. I mean, even with our film project over the summer, you know, just everyone had a common mission and a common goal, and just how quick people were jumping to do things to help out. And it's like, oh, let's just jump to do this. Oh, we're gonna do this now. And you know, a lot of it was spur of the moment, and seeing that clicked, it was just, you know, it was an adrenaline when you can kind of connect with people that way, which I think we all knew in our hearts that that was definitely gonna happen.
I guess I'll go.
No, Martha, you were gonna go.
We have a duet. We have a duet.
Sorry, I didn't see you there. There was even like, okay, you go first, Martha.
See, awkward. Anyway, yeah, I would say the inclusivity that I felt like from like right out the gate. I'm kind of used to, you know, groups or collectives being a little like gatekeepery, and it wasn't like that. It was yeah, I just felt like I'm distracted. I felt like, you know, like Earl said, like I belonged right away. And yeah, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, inclusivity. Someone take this. Yay!
For me, well, I met Adrian, Marissa, and Trixie through the San Diego Filipino Cinema, and we're all lead volunteers over there. But to be part of the Filam Film Collective, being a filmmaker here in San Diego, it was just great to be part of all the different creative projects that we did. We did like Let's Make a Scene that I helped direct, to the 48-hour film challenge, where like I think majority of us were part of. Yeah, so I think I've worked with everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah.
But we did the scene
But,
together.
yes.
Yeah, we did the scene
Yeah.
together.
So kinda, I know.
That's how we met, actually. Yeah. So I'm just very grateful of like what's mentioned, inclusivity, and I think having a collective here of people who are like-minded around my age or even younger that are filmmakers and just being part of that here in San Diego. You know, you don't have to go all the way to LA and feel like you need to fit. Nothing wrong with LA, but it's just that you can find it here in San Diego where you don't have to deal with traffic and all that. So nothing wrong with LA.
Was that an attack, Leia? No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. I will take that.
I will have to say though, to make it a real circle jerk though, like the 48-hour film project, it was working with you was super fun, Leia. And I did not know you were the person that directed Kaina.
Yeah.
And I had no clue. And I got home from that whole experience, and Jessie asked me, my wife, she asked me, she was like, how was it? I was like, dude, it was awesome. And I'm sitting there and then I'm going through your profile because I had to add everybody, and I was like, oh shit, she's the one that did Kaina. So if you guys don't know, like Kaina, like I had so much pent up emotion that when I saw Kaina, I think I cried for the first time in like 3 years. So it was super cool, and I was like, oh my god, it was her. She was the one that did it. Like this is crazy. So yeah, it was a great film, and definitely check it out if you guys have not. So definitely do that.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback what Leia was saying about the energy of this group, like, you know, it starts off with an idea, and then somebody takes it, and then everyone believes in it, and I think that's the true, like, you know, heart of what a collective is that we don't stop each other from our creativity. And that's something I really saw in the beginning, like even though it was just you three, there was nobody blocking that other person's creativity. It was just always a yes and kind of thing, you know. And that's what makes things work.
Can I say something? I want to say something. Hi, everyone. We are the Filam Film Collective. We are not a production company.
But if you want to pay,
She
we
wants to
could.
clear rumors.
I want to clear. I want to say, like, the thing about this collective that I want, like, really to be known is that when one of us has something and we really want to do it, that person spearheads it and the rest of us support them. So we're down, like we meet new people and we're down, but like that's how our collective functions. And I think that's why it works, because there have been other collectives that I feel like all the work gets pushed on one or two people. And then it's really like, well, that person should just be their company, honestly, at this point, like if they're doing everything. But for us, like we really try to make it like support people with what they're wanting to do. And I just want to make that clear. If you've gotten a message from me saying that, it's not because I'm trying to be mean. I'm just trying to make it clear that that's what we do. Again, like messages, people message us, and if like you have ideas and stuff, cool. But just know that you have to be in charge of that project. Like we're not a production company. Like all the stuff we do is volunteer. And we do it for each other because like we respect each other, and also we do believe in what each other does. So, you know, we can offer that support, but just know it's like that support. We're like helping each other make our dreams come true, not just like helping one person. I guess unless you're gonna pay riches like this. Well, I mean that's true. I guess if you paid all of us, you could technically hire us. I'm not gonna say no, but but know that like there's a bunch of working professionals here, so it's not cheap either.
We will not deprive people of their generosity, is what we're saying.
Thank you for ending the circle jerk, Trixie. Which actually a great segue into the next question, which is like, what are some of the challenges that the collective has faced in the last, you know, let's just say in the last year, you know, something that may have stood out to you and how you overcame it. Or was it peachy perfect and everything was smooth, you know? I mean, that's fine too.
Okay, I'll take it first. I know I just talked, but I'll give you guys some thinking times. Unless Leigh, did you have something to say already? I actually think this is happening now. It's not like anything bad is happening, but you know, having a small collective of three, we're three people and we're not always going to agree on everything, and that's fine, but we know how to talk it out. And obviously that gets harder as you grow. And so far, it's been great. Honestly, it's been super smooth. But like Earl and I actually talk about this a lot. Like the more people we get and stuff, like say like with the API Actor Studio and stuff, the more people we know, not everyone is going to necessarily vibe. And that's not like you have to, you know, it's not like you have to like get along with us. Right? You have to be an INFJ.
Which was actually the prerequisite in the beginning. Just kidding.
The three of us are INFJs, that's why. And I think Alicia's also INFJ. Oh, INFJ. Like, see, we're supposed to be rare, but we're not. Okay.
We find each other.
It's okay. There's space. There's room for you.
For everybody.
There's room for everybody. So I think the hard part that we're actually coming upon now is like, how do we keep a collective going and how do we grow it and be inclusive, but grow in a way that's like doesn't lose its focus or
Mm.
kind of like lose.
Mm.
I'm just gonna be very like frank. Like really, I think a lot like especially with Adrian, Marissa, and I, like just like naturally when we think about people, we just want people to be nice.
Mhm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
we literally just like except for Rich. I'm just kidding. Rich is actually really nice as much as he tries to just be a troll. Inside there's a soul. But like
The Filam Film
God,
Collective
he just does it for the
meltons
drama.
it, if that's a word.
But you know, we just want people to be nice. We want people again who like love and respect the art. Like we're not here because like we want to like be famous. Like great, cool
Oh.
if that happens, but mostly like we do want that representation.
Yeah.
Except for Earl. Earl wants to be famous. I'm an actor. We want the representation and we actually want to work on our art. So like it's interesting to know as we grow, as long as those things stay in the forefront, like I say this to them that like I think the right and Adrian always like reminds me of this, like the right people will stay. Like people might find us and stuff, but the right people will stay because we are kind of very particular, like especially with like how we treat each other. It's not like we're not like Martha, were you saying it? Like sometimes collectives are like really like gatekeepy and stuff like that. Like there's not that stuff really with Adrian, Marissa, and I are like founders and stuff, but that really just means like we started doing the organization first. So, but it will be interesting to see how we grow and how we learn how to interact with different personalities, and then like how to keep creating spaces that we still like. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of where I am. I think as we grow, that's going to be something that's going to like we're going to be tested on like what inclusivity means, but like what if someone's like an asshole? Like then what, like are we gonna be really clear on it? Yeah, okay, yeah, now I'm just going on. Anybody else?
Well, I mean, like I think you said it best. Where we're not a production company. We're just a group of people that will have your back if you have a like-minded interest in the creativity aspect. So, I mean, just keeping that as like I wouldn't say mantra, but like the bottom line of it all. Like you keep that clear to people that want to join. We just have to make sure that like how to say it like politely. We're not here for free labor. We're here for the art of it. And if you really have a project that you have in mind that's true to your heart, the collective of the sense if you're a part of it, we're definitely here to help you. We're definitely here to help each other out.
Rich.
Yeah, don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
I mean that's
rule number one.
plain and simple. You could disagree about a lot of shit, but
Mhm.
just don't be an asshole about it. It's about the art. So we're here to create whatever we have to create. But if you're an asshole, I'll fuck you up.
All right, I'm gonna reel it back because I kind of straying from the question. But so challenges. I mean, I think honestly, I mean, to echo what Tracy said, like there's nothing like major that like has happened that's like, oh my god, that was so hard to like navigate. If anything, like we're ever evolving as new people do come, and we also like we started this like right before COVID happened, so that was also like strange. Bottom line is like kind of just to go back to like in terms of as we grow, like I think honestly we just care about you like wanting to be here and wanting to share space with others, and obviously being kind about it. I feel like that's a given. Like it's not even like you need to be kind, like hello, like you should be kind and compassionate like regardless whether you're in a collective or not. And yeah, going back to like collaboration, it's like not expecting somebody just to like do all the work for you. Like obviously if you want to make something, I think we all have like this intuition of like this person is already putting their heart into it. So like once we feel that, we want to support that in whatever way that we can. And of course, we're also very clear like with Adrian and Trixie, like there was a point where I'm like, I don't know if I could do like leading certain like workshops. Like I don't know if that's in me. I'm not saying ever, but I think I was very clear about that from the beginning. That's just an example.
Mhm.
But I can obviously, if someone needs gear, if someone needs me to shoot something and I have the time and energy to, like I say yes. And I think that's how we all work is like if we have the time and energy to do that, we say yes. And if someone at any point says no, like it's not, oh wow, Adrian said no he doesn't want to do that. Like it's never like that. It's just like, do you have the time and space to do it and energy? And we all are understanding of that because yeah, we're just here to make cool stuff and art and fun.
Make it cinematic, like
Yeah.
you always say. Can
So
I just-
yeah, like bottom line, just like if you want to do something, like want it and like put work into it, and also just like always be kind. People like it's very easy to know when someone is not genuine in their intentions.
Mm.
I think. Yeah.
I just want to like piggyback two things on that question. First one is like, remember April, what was supposed to happen in April 2020 with us three?
Oh,
Remember we signed a
Oh, yeah.
contract?
Did we sign anything?
We did.
I never signed anything. I never signed
We
anything.
did.
We basically got invited for this like micro YouTube
It was like a conference.
conference, and it was like with like YouTubers that had like big numbers, and
Yeah.
then the Filam Film Collective 10.
Yeah, we had like we didn't have any subscribers at that point. But anyways.
Yeah. Just a fun fact. But I think then the last thing is, I think like what you said about ever evolving. Like I remember now that that's what kept like ringing up to me, especially when you were like going through the pandemic, lockdown specifically. It's like I think what has continued to allow us to grow and evolve is like the softness of like each other. Like because I think like as artists, as individuals, like it's there, that's like undeniable. But I think like as I'm now like reflecting, in which I actually just and now am realizing it's really the softness of everyone to be able to like be empathetic, to know when it's your turn to not necessarily bow your head down, but to help another person, and then when it's your turn to be the one to be um supported. So there's a whole bunch of like push and pull
Mm.
that I feel like that's just been very natural. And for me personally, like being in this collective, it's really, really taught me how to be like it has continuously it teaches me how to be humble and to really know when it's time to like speak up or to do something, or when it's time to like take a step back.
I think like the longer we work with each other and the more we work with each other, we really start to see where our strong suits are. And if you don't know where they are when you start, you start to really learn, or like you learn the jargon, you learn the lingo, you start learning a lot of how the movements take, no matter how chaotic it might seem. You start to learn the movements of and the cadences of how everything starts to flow together. And then when you start seeing people jumping in and like, oh, I never did sound before. We never did sound before, right? Like, so I mean, the last project we were really working sound, and it was really fun. And then you start to learn like, oh yeah, they're just really try out anything here. You can really just explore that aspect and find things as you like. Like I didn't even know what production was. Like being a producer, I didn't even know what that was.
Ian's a great
you guys,
producer.
yeah,
by the
y'all
way.
just.
That's what I was about to jump on.
I
I was like,
had
Ian did a
no
great job
clue. I had no
as a
clue that's what it
producer.
was, and I was like, all right, I guess that's what that is. There's a label
Locations
for that.
manager.
Yeah.
So I mean, shoot, dude, with
All
the
of it.
work I work with now, I got access to quite a few locations. So just let me guys know. But throwing that out there real quick. But I think what makes this like makes it easy being a part of this, and why there's a lack of conflict and confrontation, is because, to bring it into like a gaming world perspective, when if you're like playing WoW, and you're part of a guild and stuff like that, you're demanded to be there a lot of the times, and if you're not, you're out. Like, you weren't there for us one time, you're out. And it's just not like that here. If you don't have time for us, you don't have time for us. We understand that you have a life. This is all donated. This is all basically donation, because we're curious about the love of a craft. And I think that that's what really keeps us copacetic and true with each other. Like, I really don't have the time for that. Oh, okay, cool. And no one cares. You just leave it at that.
I think too, like it just really feels to me that like regardless of the like having like the time to commit, it really feels to me that everybody like really wants to be here or wants to be a part of it in any shape or way. And I think for me personally, that's what I really appreciate about like whenever we're able to come together like today. Yeah, like it like just that feeling of like it's very light. Like it's not I don't know, like I can't describe it, but like I think it's nice to be in a space where people just want to be there,
Mhm.
like simply want to be there. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's really a true reciprocity that you all cultivate. That's like it is what you put in, right? If someone comes in or one of us have an idea, it's really what you put into it, and then that's energy that's going to be pulled throughout, and then that's what your end product's going to be. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's yeah. The next question I have might be kind of closing us off, but if you have any more, was what are some of the goals for this coming year? Whether that be personal or through the collective as well.
feel free to jump in, anyone.
I think for me, I'd like to shoot a music video. I put that out there before. And shout out,
go.
shout out.
Do you want to direct
Shout out.
me?
I would be curious about it, but shout out to No Suits. Looking at you guys. We've been talking a lot, but we haven't been talking about that.
Need a
So
cinematographer.
we've got it all. I really want to shoot a note. I
No Suits
really
is
want to help No
dope.
Suits. Yeah, they are. So if you have not heard of them, look them up too. Their Instagram handle is at No Suits No Trends. So their music is fantastic, and I really want to be a part of their process of shooting a music video.
Choreographer.
Yeah,
Cinematographer.
shout that out.
Choreographers.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be seeing them soon for another event, which I'll talk to you guys off air for that. So
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, for me, I guess it's a goal for myself that I want to like involve the collective in, just because it's like great to have feedback and everything. Because last time I wrote my last film was in 2019, so I feel that it's definitely time for me to write my new one. So a realistic goal I have is to complete a script by this year, and then from then on, just help find the resources we have in our collective to complete the film, and then also any other projects that we plan to do. I'd love to help.
Same.
Martha's like, I just want to write. Give me something to write.
No. Same. I mean, yeah, I'm also a writer / director. I haven't made anything in a long time. That's like mine. It's time. Yeah. Like finish a script by the end of the year or sooner, and a lot of us met through the San Diego Filipino Film Festival. And so, like, I don't know, eventually in the next year or two, submit, see what happens. Hey.
Manifest.
Yes.
It's out there now.
It's like a pass along thing. What do we do?
Yeah.
What is going on?
I'm getting hungry.
Personally, I want to do a parody musical. I'm a gigantic Andrew Lloyd Webber fan. So I wanted to yeah, no like I have an idea. It's Roger in the golden Technicolor Tahoe cart. It's like a love story. Just think about it. Him pushing that Tahoe cart. I close my eyes.
I'm
You
down.
know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah.
down. Who's on musical?
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It'll take forever, but yeah.
Fine. We got time.
We got time.
You can find an audience of parodies for sure.
Okay, and Rich is leaving us.
Wow.
He's like, I'm important. I have to take this phone call.
I have a phone
His
call.
shoulder is out.
Don't mess with
Um,
my 401k.
Okay, so I guess I guess I will say this first. This is actually like something I was going to say to us later. And it might not be possible because I just haven't looked at the due dates for like the San Diego Filipino Film Festival. I haven't looked at the due dates, but I think
the late deadline might be in July
oh yeah.
again.
Ooh, okay. So even if it's not that, I wanted to challenge all of us like who want to make a film. Like I feel like we should come out and like apply with multiple short films.
Ooh, I
Because-
might have a script.
Because like
An
it's
easier
just
one.
because like
Not
the thing
the
is like
easy one,
Me
but
too.
every like when we get to see all of our like film friends from LA and stuff like that, they're just like constantly making things. And it's just like we can do that too. And I think and I don't know. I think I know for me too, sometimes I get into like, oh, but like I need to have like the perfect thing or like the right time or like whatever. But I'm like, there's never gonna be a right time. It's just never gonna happen. And then
Yeah.
like COVID can strike again or we get a new COVID. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
so knowing that, I wanted to challenge us to be like, let's make some stuff, even if we just get through the writing portion and not and really have like make stuff for the sake of like just pushing our creativity. Because who cares if it doesn't get in, like, but because like part of it is like we just need to work. Like we need to do
Mm.
our things and like and you know, we all like that's like the interesting part of our collective. Like we all do our each individual thing.
Yeah.
Like so, you know, so we can do that too. We can support each other there, but I think it would be fun to like push as a collective and try to get stuff out, even if it's bad, just for the sake, because then even that itself too is like research for how to make it better or like what actually works, or maybe for like honestly, you know, short films can turn into like bigger films or like more feature films and stuff like that. So even like a quote unquote like bad run could build into something really good.
You have to exercise that muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's mine. That's mine for us.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely to echo some more stuff of what Trixie was saying. Like, it would be nice to see more of our faces on screen, right? No matter what. And I have been writing certain things. I would love to like direct more, and put more like Filipino stories out there, particularly around like okay, so I know maybe y'all are tired of it, but everything ever all at once has been in my brain all
No
the
one's
time.
tired of it.
You know,
Finally
yeah,
saw
and
it.
like so there's
It
okay,
deserves to be
so
hyped up for
so
centuries.
so that like type of genre is one of my favorites, that kind of magical realism. And I feel like, you know, the Filipino like stories, folklore, ancestry, there's so much. Like we were just sitting on like an anthill there. We're not, but you know, like things like the duende, and there's so many things to kind of bring into this like mundane world that I'm just so I'm putting that out there, that I'm you know, that hopefully I could create something in writing that has that similar effect of this like magical realism, but lacing in more of the Filipino stories about like spirits and folklore and monsters, things like that. So
Yeah.
Feel like Pan's Labyrinth.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So
Yeah, on it's great that both Trixie and Earl spoke because I'll build on that too. So first off, really appreciate the Filam Film Collective. Like I feel like we all really like each other as people, friends, and a lot of magic happens here, honestly. So everything that everyone said in terms of like all the films and projects we've worked on, it's like because we are able to work together and sense each other and everything like that, we're able to create things in ways where it's open and it's able to be expressed because of everyone's strengths here. Because everyone here has like different strengths. Like there's not too much of one or anything like that. Like everyone does different things. So I think that's another thing too of why the Filam Film Collective is so cohesive. But yeah, so similar to Trixie, like I was gonna announce it later, but you know we'll announce it now.
For the world.
Go.
here on
Pregnant
this
with
live
potential.
stream, third year. Yeah, so speaking on like what Earl was talking about, like so it's already starting to come to be and unfolding, but I'll let you all know when it actually drops. But really like have been visioning and things have been coming through in terms of creating a TV series and a short film or maybe a long film, but like all inspired by like the different aspects of our culture, who we are, and then just really integrating it like, you know, with all of us, and then just even be honest, people who are connected and wants to be like with and resonate with the work and stuff. So anyways, more to follow on that. It's still unfolding, but Yeah, like would love for our collective to be a core of that and really see how it grows.
Hi. I know I don't talk much because I really don't like talking in front of a camera. So if you notice, I don't like
What
looking there. It's because yeah. But then I am thankful for this collective because of moments like this where I'm like they're very accepting and forgiving of my fears, and they help me work through it. So I'm very thankful to all of you, and I love this chaotic energy that we keep having, and
That
how
is true.
there's so much to learn from everybody here. And, like everyone's good at something, and if there's something you don't know, they are so willing to teach you. They're very patient in a certain to a certain degree, because everyone's busy. We have lives. We gotta do the best we can. But I love how supportive everybody here is, and like if there's something you don't know, they'll help you. If there's like I'm really like so happy that you're going to be doing what you're doing with your TV series and everything. I'm so down to help you out, which every way I can. I really love to see all your stories because everyone has a unique story. Everyone deserves to have it said. I like being behind the scenes. So I don't like being in front of the camera. I like being behind it. But I do want to get over my fear of that's why I don't mind learning voice acting. That's personal. I have no timeline. I but I do want to get back to my writing though. I used to write a lot, and then so personally, I do want to write. I would like to look to like you for help for that, and I do want to work more documentaries. So maybe a documentary on the film collective for one, or just like stuff that all of you guys are doing. I don't know. I'm just grateful to be here. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you're doing, how busy you are. There's still a lot of love here, and I'm very appreciative of y'all. And dude, you guys fucking rock.
We
Like,
do.
I just
Yeah, you
like
rock,
love
you
y'all.
rock.
So,
Alicia's perfect.
oh no, don't say that. Anything
Especially
but
all
that.
things logistics. Especially, I'm like, Alicia, I
So,
can't do this.
trying to figure things out, but yeah, passing the mic.
I already spoke.
What are we talking about? Go, Marissa.
She's like, please take it away from me. It's even green like kryptonite.
I'm working on building up my portfolio as a cinematographer. I just got done being DP for one of our friends, Julian, who we met through San Diego Filipino Cinema. And that was a really special film for me because I literally met Julian like in October and he was like, "Hey, DP my film." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then
The titas
our
and
whole
titos.
cast and crew was Filam, a bunch of little Gen Zs, but I very much enjoyed that set. So just more of that. I also have a couple scripts that they're in my mind and I just need to write them. And I'm gonna make. And I hope that everyone gets to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, more of this. More of this.
Wait. For me, I think I just said. Wait, I didn't get a chance to talk though. It's okay. Just y'all. This is how it really be. Just kidding. What was the question? Our goals for the year. Goals
things
for this
coming
year.
Yeah.
For me, I think I just also my next film too. Like I think, like in the back of my mind, I'm
Drop the
starting.
name.
Huh?
Drop the name.
Ang Huling Sayaw, The Late Checkout. So it's a short film, 2 years of progress. Actually, based on based on true events that I faced during the lockdown, early pandemic, of just wanting to find connection and feeling isolated. So like I've been applying for grants, because I do feel like this film I do feel like I do want to treat it as my debut film, actually, consider though I've made like a few films, but I feel like this is going to be my first film where I'm like, oh, I actually know what I'm doing.
Mm.
It's, I mean, it's still DIY, it's always going to be there, but like but to be able to have a team and like to actually like have known more in the processes and like the actual like art of filmmaking, including funding and actually paying your people um and especially writing. um so that's my goal for the year. Yeah, wish me luck. Good
You
luck.
got it.
$50,000.
Yes.
100 million.
Give me money.
Well, this was so inspiring to just kind of like be literally in the center of all of this circle jerking. So it's back. So, but yeah, and you know, I guess one more thing to just kind of close us out with is something that inspires you that you hope would inspire others in the world of like film or creating or things like that. I could start off. So we did. I think someone mentioned the word like manifesting, right? And I feel like that's such a big word right now, used like everywhere, you know. But it really has to start off with like your thoughts,
I was gonna say
right?
the same thing.
And then you speak it out, and then you do it. So just remembering that it really is the doing and like the mistakes that you make, and just the trying and failing and like dust yourself off again, you know, like Aaliyah. So yeah, I think that's important. So yes, like if you want to manifest, don't only think it, but speak it and then do it and grab a team that believes in you too.
I'll piggyback off of that and something Trixie said earlier too. What is like you got to know yourself. And finding the ways to know yourself is, you know, making those mistakes and to truly start learning and developing a sense of self to get into more of a creative soul and in tune with that is one of the most important things. I think just being a human. Not to bring it there, but if we're made in a creator and a creator's a creator, then we're all just creators, aren't we? So I think to create is the act, and that's all we really do here. So learn yourself.
Anyone else have anything?
I think what's been inspiring me is just that the timing of everything. I think that big win um, in the academy for everything everywhere and just this growth that it should. I mean, representation should be something that should have been pioneered like long ago, but now it's coming up. So I think seeing that growth and recognition in big awards, and not saying that you need a big award for recognition, but it's about visibility, and I think that's what drives all of us, is that we want our faces, and like what Earl said, to be in authentic stories, but who's going to write those stories, so that's always been a motivator for me of why I became a filmmaker. It's that the legacy that you leave and the impression that you want, younger generations and people to look at that and feel seen. Because I think we've lived in a culture that we don't feel seen here. So that's what drives me and motivates me to keep creating.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that in the sense that y'all are inspirations to yourselves, and just the fact that you guys are out here just trying to do stuff, and even if you don't know what you're doing, and having support of like everyone here in the collective, um, is that you're like making your own path. When people ask me about, how you can get your seat at the table, I'm like, screw getting seat at the table. I'm gonna buy my own fucking land and build that building,
Yeah.
and then have as many tables and chairs as I want, so everybody has a seat. Because seeing all of you guys here doing what you want to do, like despite the difficulties, and I'm hoping that you also be forgiving of yourselves when things don't go your way, or when you're having issues, and life happens and you get pulled back. That's okay. It's just the fact that you guys are still moving forward with grace and the best you can, and that inspires me. Just like be here, just be in your presence, and to vibe with y'all. You know, I'm still learning myself. I'm shaking like crazy, if you can't tell, but I am trying to speak my mind. And yeah, the fact that y'all like out there, like, let's build this fucking building and have our own like tables and chairs, because after that, it's like you're gonna saturate like the whole like scene of all your stories, to the point where they have to pick a person of a color, BIPOCs, you know, to like out of like 4 or 5, it's hopefully like Filipinos, you know, or whatever, you know, whatever you identify. So it's just like being here in your energy. It's just that's what inspires me. So I'm like that's why I'm always thankful for you guys, no matter what happens. And like even if we go our separate ways, it's just the fact that having the chance to be here for y'all. It's special. It's great, and I'm always gonna be like thankful to everybody here.
One word, love. For me, like as I guess as an artist, as a human, like think for me, like always like having like known that I like can like feel so deep and like though like I feel like I still very much struggle with like owning that power of like really being able to like understand like my emotions and possibly other people's through empathy. Yeah, I feel like love heals. I mean also can like destroy, but I feel like there is this like ecosystem of like this. It's like love. It breaks, but it rejuvenates, it heals, and then it could happen again. And I feel like maybe just reflecting on my like pandemic journey, and I do really feel like love has really what saved me, and like being here with you guys, you know, like it's love. And think for as long as I will be alive, you know, it's like love, I think, will be the thing that I'll just keep like following blindly. Though sometimes I'm like, hopeless romantic, but oh well, that's fine.
Um, what I oh shit, what was the question? What inspires us, or what do we? Why is best to keep going? Okay, sorry. Um, I feel like for me and what I hope also like happens for others, like you know, the Film Collective has like we do a lot of different things. We also have like affinity spaces, 2 API affinity spaces. One is Play Space that happens in conjunction with the United AAPI Artists in San Diego, and then Diversionary Theater. And then we also right now have AAPI Actors, which like Earl is just like a godsend and so generous with the fact that he's just teaching us how to act, basically. Um, he just is. He's just our teacher. And then I go, ready? Want to do some movement stuff? Okay. Um, and those affinity spaces are really important to me. And I hope that when we make stuff like that, along with our films, and even though like we're literally like this is literally a circle jerk about our collective, but I really do hope that it inspires other people to start making their own collective, to start making their own affinity spaces. Like people say they want community and then they want all this, but there aren't a lot of people who take the responsibility to start it. And I know it's not easy. I know. I fucking know. And I get organizing it is really fucking hard. Like it's hard and it's a lot of work, but I think what I found is that it's been worth it and you don't have to do things alone. And I hope like what keeps me going is that I'm inspired to find out how I can do what I want and get what I want from life, and also like do that with like what I want for my community or what my community wants. Like it doesn't need to be like me only. Like I really feel like it really can be us, and that's like the only way we're actually going to have true representation and diversity and shit like that. Like it can't be like the fucking like crab in the barrel mentality where it's like I'm the Filipino one, you wait for me, and it's just like, oh my god, girl,
we know too many people that are like,
you know what I mean? Like if we all have to push, and we can't be like, fuck you, Leia, like you make too many films, you know, like or like being the whole like Sorry that you were my example. But you know what I mean? It's just like what Leia's gonna come and bitch slap me. Like when Leia makes films, I'm like, hell yeah. Like when each other make stuff, it's like hell yeah. Not like ooh, like sometimes we all get our like own depressed, like insecure feelings, like why aren't I doing stuff? But like really, like if you use other people to like motivate yourself to move forward, like I said, like the thing I want for us to is make more, because I'm seeing all our LA friends make more.
Yeah.
And it's not like I want to beat them. That's not it. It's just like our LA friends are making stuff. So I feel like that we can too. Like they're working hard. Like, and if we have questions, I know we can ask them. Like that's the thing. Like we can all be in a community, even though like we're San Diego or whatever. So that is what inspires me. And I guess this is kind of like a call out to like also other like artists, especially like BIPOC artists or any artists of like marginalized communities. Like if you want the actual diversity, if you want the affinity spaces, if you actually want those things, you have to have a hand in them. And I'm like, obviously, again, like there is a very true thing about knowing your boundaries and what you're able to do. But you can still do a lot. Like there's a lot you can do. Like even like sharing like another group's things, like in events, because it's like, okay, I can't really like participate in that way, but I know other people who might. So at least let me be that connecting force. I can do that, and then like when you can, hopefully again, try to like see where your wants, your dreams like align with other people's and your community. So like it does motivate you, because like we're all human. Like it shouldn't be that like I feel like it's so Filipino, like the whole thing about like you're gonna burn for your family. Like it has to be like the community's or the family's happiness or yours, and it's not. It's one or the other, and it's like, but it's not. It doesn't have to be that way. Like this is freaking, what is it, 2023? Like it doesn't have to be that way anymore. And that and I'm not saying like the people it was that way because like they sucked and stuff. It's just like it's a different generation. They're going through their own stuff. Like a lot of us have parents like they're immigrants. They were trying to survive, so they did. Now we're survived. So now if we want to progress, we actually have to thrive and live. Okay, this is gonna turn into something else, so I'm gonna stop.
Oh, it's my turn. No, I think I think we talk about representation all the time, and I think it's been mentioned here a lot of times. But the key word there is just to be present, right? And I think that in regards to like movies and film and a lot of stuff, it's like I always look at it from an Asian male's point of view, so it might be different from what you guys look at. I want to go beyond the cultural films and the cultural topics, because now I know that those are very important, but I want to see an Asian man be the lead role in nothing to do with being Asian. You know what I mean? And I think that we have to kind of like when people look at the film collective, I don't want people to look at it like, oh, it has to be like that base. No, come up with whatever you want to come up with, and don't just hinder yourself and kind of like put yourself in boundaries. Because I want to be looked at as the real sex symbol that I am.
I mean, it's been 4 years of me trying to.
We drinking tonight.
I mean, no, I've been courting you for 4 years.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, this guy's great. He's the Filipino guy because he's gonna be in this, like, I don't know, like what is that, Shang-Chi? I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or Batman.
Normalizing it.
Yeah.
Normalize.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's what that's why I like just kind of creating, and it's like eventually we will get to that point. But like when I did the Rocky scene, I was Rocky.
Yeah,
I was Rocky.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Or pass it on to someone else. I just like I totally agree with that, and that's why if you want actual representation in different ways, you have to help make part of that. Like some of us will want to go towards like cultural films, and some of us will want to just be fucking Spider-Man, which is great. and we should be able to have all of it. Sorry, Batman. You said Spider-Man. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm moving on.
Spider-Man.
I want to be a real man. I want to be a sci-fi man.
That would be the first
Oh shit.
Asian Phantom.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Yeah.
sing though,
Yes.
that's a problem.
Was there anyone else that had?
Martha.
You put the mic in front of me, so yeah, it's my turn.
The mic's been.
Hello. Yeah, I guess back to like what inspires us, right? I think a lot of what Trixie said, it's the like literally like the word collective, like the collaboration that happens here, the support that that we get, I mentioned this in another live stream, we just like each other as people, you know, and it's that kind of like that love that we have for each other, the support to like to like go at your own pace and like not trying to force anything out of each other, but really just like encourage each other to draw out what's already inside of us creatively. And I think yeah, the whole like visibility thing, like the strength in numbers, that sort of thing. Like I was starting to feel a little discouraged about, you know, Filipino representation, you know, putting our stories at the forefront and trying to normalize it. You know, like Rich was saying, we don't like, I think we need all of it. We need you know, we need the Filipino Spider-Man in the multiverse, and we also need like something that's completely our own. If that makes sense. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but it, you know, like that's what inspires me. It's just like knowing like, oh, I'm here, but so are all of us. Like I didn't know this existed, and now that I know that it does, because we have it, like this community and our like the friendships that we have. Excuse me, allergies.
We are on a benig on the grass.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't normally sound this froggy. I don't know. Is it just me?
No, you
sound good.
Yes, it's just you to answer your question. Sound great.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, just the community inspires me, these friendships and the encouragement, and that's what drives me. Yeah. Amen.
Aww. Well, I know we love each other and we always try to get in and out of the circle jerk, and we're ending in one, and that's fine. But yeah, so if there's no other questions or any last words.
Yeah, I gotta start cooking now.
I know I am hungry.
Yeah. Three for real?
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry
well-
that it was underexposed. I went to check it. I was like, oh no.
Wait, I just want to say one thing. I'm actually glad that I remember when us
We're running
three-
out of film. Just kidding.
when we were making up our names, we
Your
had
battery's
like
low.
a full night of just like making up what our name would have been. It was originally like Filipino scene recreations. I'm glad that we came up with something that was actually like has a nice like sound to it. So yeah.
Yes.
We have shirts.
I know.
That's true.
Well, all right. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Salamat.
Yes, salamat. Maraming salamat, everyone.
Love you.
Bye. Closing out music, fading out. Bye.
Come on, Rich. Where's the music? Wait, hold on, wait. We just want to say thank you to
Thank
Vince
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
live
yeah.
stream supplies, gear that he let us use.
It's Richard's.
No,
Yeah.
they're yours.
Wow.
Face.
Oh.
Thank you, Rich.
Hi, Vince. How you doing, Daddy? Come on.
Also, hi, Vince.
Hi, Vince. We love Vince. We love Picture Flicks. We love Pixel Lounge. SB.
Guys, the color of these wires are the Ninja Turtles. Did you notice?
Yes. Except we're missing purple.
Oh.
So this one is literally the
Water
turtle.
bottle right there.
Okay, let's go.
This is-
Good job, everyone.
Bye.
We're gonna roll the credits like SNL ending.
And we're just like laughing at each other.